Welcome back, my dear boys and girls. Let us move to part 4 of chapter 5, Movement Towards Independence. Today we will be discussing about 4 topics, that is achieving independence and partition of India in page number 35. Then second point is Mountbatten Plan and the last point is Indian Independence Act. So let us start with the first point. Yes, my boys and girls, please come to page number 35 of your textbook. Page number 35, last paragraph, achieving independence and partition of India. The British arrested 3 commanders of Indian National Army as prisoners of war. They were accused of treason and put on jail. See, the commanders of Indian Army, 3 commanders, they were arrested. And the case of these prisoners was taken into for them, Bhulabhai Desai and Jawaharlal Nehru, they have pleaded the case in the British court. The whole country took keen interest in this case. When the British government ordered punishment to these prisoners, people of entire India started protesting because all the Indians were supporting the Indian National Army's prisoners. As a result, the government had to withdraw the punishment. British understood that if they are continuing like this way, Indians will not be coming under their control. This event and the Naval Mutiny of Bombay in 1946 made the British realize that they will no longer be able to rule in India. Thus, the Britishers understood, see through this one, the protest of the Indians when the commanders, 3 commanders of Indian National Army was arrested, and at the same time another one, the Naval Mutiny. Naval Mutiny, I will tell you what was Naval Mutiny. These 2 incidents made the Britishers to understood that their rule in India will no longer be tenable. उनको इंडिया में से बाय बाय करने का टाइम आ गया है, ऐसा उनको पता चला. The Naval Mutiny. See, the Royal Indian Naval Revolt or Naval Mutiny or Bombay Mutiny. This is a different names we have given in history. That was a total strike by Indian soldiers of the Royal Indian ship and shore establishments at Bombay Harbour on 18th February 1946. From the initial flashpoint in Mumbai, the revolt spread and found support throughout British India, that is from Karachi to Calcutta, and ultimately came to involve more than 20,000 soldiers in 78 ships and shore establishments. The mutiny was repressed with the force by British troops and Royal Navy warships. Total casualties reported was about 8 people died and 33 wounded. Only the Communist Party supported the strikers. The Indian National Congress and the Muslim League did not support the mutiny. But still the mutiny was a success. In this video, you will be able to see some pictures from Wikipedia which shows the Naval Mutiny of Bombay in the year 1946. Partition of India. On February 20, 1947, Clement Attlee, he was the Prime Minister of Britain during that time, he announced that the British government shall give all the powers to the government of India as per the Cabinet Mission formula and shall quit India by June 1948. The Prime Minister of Britain, Clement Attlee, under his leadership, they put forward the suggestion to the Queen that Britishers should give all their power in India to Indians as per the cabinet mission formula and should leave India. Attlee and cabinet mission to India to make India independent. That is, Clement Attlee, he sent a cabinet mission to India to make all the changes. The British appointed Lord Mountbatten as Viceroy in place of Wavell. Till that time, Lord Wavell was the Viceroy. So they called back Wavell and they sent Lord Mountbatten, who was very mild in his character. When Mountbatten took charge of his post in India, communal rights had started in India and the condition of India had become pathetic. By the time Hindu-Muslim revolt started very severely in India, because Indians now understood that Britishers are planning to leave the country, and now their main attention diverted. Now they are planning to create problem for a separation inside the country. They wanted a separate nation for the Hindus and the Muslims. So communal riots had started in India and the situation in India was very pathetic. In such a situation, Lord Mountbatten came to India as the Viceroy. In this picture, you will be able to see Lord Mountbatten with his wife. Elections took place in India in July 1946 before forming the Constituent Assembly, which was supposed to form the Constitution of India. So, in the year 1946 July, Indian leaders with the help of Britishers were planning to conduct elections in India for making a constitution. Congress secured 201 seats out of 210 seats. टोटल 210 में से 201 सीट्स कांग्रेस को मिला और 78 सीट में से 73 सीट मुस्लिम लीग के हाथ में आ गया. The Muslim League and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the head of the league, feared that Muslims were in minority and so pressurized the government for creating and declaring a separate state called Pakistan on 16th August 1946. So after the election, Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Muslim League, they understood, see, maximum Muslims का support नहीं मिला, तो Muslims को power नहीं मिलेगा because Muslims will become a minority nation. So they told British government for creating a separate state for Muslims and they called it Pakistan. This resulted in terrible communal riots all over India. The result of the creation of a separate nation for Muslims in India, that led to a big, terrible, that's a very big communal riots all over India. Here I am having a picture of during the time of that time communal violence. Looking into the situation of that communal rights and all, the leaders like Sardar Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru and other Congress leaders felt that there was no other alternative except accepting the demand of a separate state called Pakistan. Indian leaders especially Congress leaders, they understood that why should we fight like this way if they are continuing like a communal violence. So they also started thinking according to that. The Muslim League boycotted the first cabinet meeting and took place on 9th December 1946. In a meeting of the Muslim League held on 30th January 1947, the Muslims decided to boycott the cabinet mission. They also decided to take a rapid action to demand for a separate state of Pakistan. finally, Mountbatten convinced Nehru and Sardar Patel through his words, which were having a well organized central government having administrative units under the central shall be more peaceful and progressive instead of weak central government consisting of many autonomous and opposite units. As I am telling, as I always told in my previous classes, see in the 8th standard also I told you, see साथ में बैठकर झगड़ा करने से अच्छा है दोनों भाइयों को दूसरा घर पे भेज दो, दोनों भाई दूसरा घर पे है, उधर बैठो, उधर अपने घर पे शांति से रहने का है, then that love will always remain. That is why our parents, they used to send their children after marriage, their children, they will be going to separate house. If they are living together, what will happen? They will fight each other for small reason. So better you people stay apart and continue with your love. Same thing was the suggestion of Lord Mountbatten about the division of India and Pakistan. National leaders found this argument quite reasonable. सबको अच्छा लगा ये जो बोला, except Gandhi ji. Sardar Patel and Nehru discussed the matter with Gandhi ji, who did not have a choice but to accept the partition of India with heavy heart. Gandhi ji के साथ सरदार पटेल एंड नेहरू they discussed the topic. गांधी जी के ऊपर और कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं था, बट विथ हेवी हार्ट, उसको अच्छा नहीं था दोनों बच्चा यहाँ एक घर से बच्चा दोनों सेपरेट हो रहे, वो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, बट गांधी जी वॉज फोर्स्ड टू डू सो एंड दस फाइनली इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान वॉज डिवाइडेड. This Mountbatten Plan of 1947 and partition of India. The plan that Lord Mountbatten, the Viceroy of India, presented in India for its partition is known as Mountbatten Plan. What do you mean by Mountbatten Plan? The plan put forward by Lord Mountbatten and for the division of India and Pakistan is called Mountbatten Plan. Looking to the demand of the Muslim League, Mountbatten convinced Indian leaders that there was no alternative other than the partition of India. Finally, Mountbatten presented his plan for partition in India on 24th March 1947. Finally, Mountbatten presented this plan of division of India on 24th March 1947. After discussing the plan several times, finally on June 30th 1947, Viceroy Mountbatten decided the partition of India. Both the Congress leaders and the Muslim League accepted this plan. The people of East England and Sylhet province of Assam decided to join East Pakistan. It was decided to join West Punjab, Northwest Province, Sindh and Baluchistan with Pakistan. On the other hand, West Bengal and East Bengal were afflicted with India as per decision of their assemblies. Here you will be able to see the picture of Jinnah, Mountbatten and Nehru. In the picture you will see the freedom and acceptance of partition in meeting, that is the photo related to Mountbatten Plan and partition of India. Many other leaders are also there, but you will be able to see this top leaders. Indian Independence Act of July 1947. The act passed by the British Parliament on the basis of Mountbatten Plan to partition the British India into two parts, namely India and Pakistan, is known as Indian Independence Act 1947. According to this act, Mountbatten was made Free India's first Governor General for some time. Janak Jinnah, who made the first Governor General of Pakistan. By this act, India's dependency on the British came to an end. Around 200-year-old British rule came to an end. Hence, Gandhiji considered this act as the best and the only best and beneficial act given by British to India. According to Gandhiji, and not to Gandhiji but to all of us, this was the only one plan which made Britishers for the benefit of India. The celebration of independence. Mountbatten was made the last viceroy of British India, organized a function at New Delhi on the mid of 14th August 1947. See, you should think, remember one thing. Lord Mountbatten had become the last viceroy of British India and the first Governor General of independent India. Okay, last viceroy of British India and first Governor General of independent India. And the midnight Union Jack, that is the British flag, Union Jack of England, was brought down from the pole and the Indian national flag, the tricolour, was hoisted. Mountbatten handed over the documents related to independence of India to C. Rajagopalachari. C. Rajagopalachari was the first as well as the last Indian Governor General of independent India. Another important question: who was the first Governor General of independent India? C. Rajagopalachari. And who is the last Indian Governor General of independent India? That is also C. Rajagopalachari. Here in the picture you could see the first day of our celebration of independence. See the flag. This photo is from Red Fort, and that is why every year on our Independence Day we celebrate our Independence Day at Red Fort. See, that's where people have assembled, and I think that is Jawaharlal Nehru is giving the speech to the people. Have you heard about C. Rajagopalachari? C. Rajagopalachari or Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, he was also known as Rajaji or CR. He was an Indian politician, independence activist, lawyer, writer, historian and statesman. Rajagopalachari was the last Governor General of India as India became independent, became a republic in 1950. Furthermore, he was the first Indian born Governor General, since before him the posts were held by the Britishers. He also served as the leader of the International Congress, Premier of the Madras Presidency, Governor of West Bengal, Minister for Home Affairs of the Indian Union and the Chief Minister of Madras State. He founded the Swatantra Party and was also one of the first recipient of India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. He was a man who was always against the use of nuclear weapons and was a proponent of world peace and disarmament. He was also having a nickname, Mango of Salem. Okay, so I hope you got a small idea about C. Rajagopalachari or Rajaji. Now continuing with the celebration of independence. The entire process of transfer of power was completed in the midnight of 1947, August 15. Atmosphere of the whole country was filled with joy and pride. The dawn of 15 August 1947 was the dawn for India. The entire country celebrated the first Independence Day with great zeal and happiness. People hung torrents, did rangolis, and decorated their houses. Sweets were distributed in schools. Many people who had voted to free India felt greatly relieved on accomplishing this great task. However, Gandhiji was shocked due to the partition of India. His grief knew new bounds and he went into meditation. Now, with this we completed our today's section. In the next class, that is on Wednesday, 21st Wednesday, we will be discussing the last topic and all the question answers. Some question answers we have discussed, remaining section we will discuss with tomorrow's discussion. Because the section is very small, we will be completing it within 10 minutes. After that, we will discuss the question answers. So, till then, read the textbook, stay safe. Bye. Take care.